everybody, and welcome to Racing from Delaware Park. I'm Rich Glazier, and we're going to take a look at Saturday's races. And of course, being Saturday, we had a nice sunny day. I see the fillies in a rain delay, and they're just 30, 40 miles away. But no rain here. We had plenty of rain, though, at around 2 in the morning. And because of that, we were off the turf. So all the races run on the main track today, but the track had dried up and was fast. So no turf racing, but if you're an Arabian fan, we had 2 Arabian races for you. So that's you take away from the turf bettors and you help the Arabian bettors. So there's always something for somebody here at Delaware Park. So we'll have 2 Arabian races, including the best Arabians in the country, running in the Arabian Classic at the end of the card. But there was no turf racing today, so Bungie had no pick. Let's see if he's got one for Monday. And the fact that he dropped out of the heavens means he does have one. Come back. Thank you. He's very upset. He had his last race won, and since then, 4 days of no turf for scratches. So he's going to try again for Monday. All right. What? Nangle Nation. Nangle Nation is the name of his horse on Monday. All right. We hope you do well, Bungie, and we hope, most of all, that we are back on the turf. All right. All right, just 8 races today, so we can take our little old time and relax. But right now, let's get started by showing you the field for the first race. And of course, another reminder, if you don't know it, it's too late now, but our Saturday night show is now on at 10 o'clock, not 7:30. And these were the horses that went postward at 1:15, scratched the 2. They're ready to sprint 5.5 furlongs. Here is John Patrick Curran with the call.
Looks like Kitty's in. We're set. And they're off. Posse Dreamin' breaks well, as does Cuban Cowboy toward the inside, and Cuban Cowboy has a slight advantage, but Posse Dreamin' re-engages. They're on even terms. Toast the Kitten moves up into third, followed by Student Union. Drive a Night next in line, and the trailer is Just Irish as they make their way toward the half-mile marker. On the front end, Posse Dreamin' on the outside, Cuban Cowboy on the inside are still heads apart. It's about a 2-length gap to Toast the Kitten on the outside of Student Union. They're side by side also. Then a gap of 5 or 6 lengths further back to Drive at Night and Just Irish. Into the turn they go. Posse Dreamin' leads it by a head. Cuban Cowboy won't go away. 2.5 lengths further back to Student Union and Toast the Kitten with a quarter to go. Posse Dreamin' still has Cuban Cowboy toward the inside as they head for home. Posse Dreamin' by a neck. Cuban Cowboy hanging in there. Student Union trying to rally in third. It's those 3 with a furlong to go. Posse Dreamin' now puts away Cuban Cowboy. On the outside, Student Union making a run for it. It's Posse Dreamin' has to hold off Student Union. Student Union is coming fast and gets it all. Student Union by a 1/2 length. Posse Dreamin' second. Looked like Cuban Cowboy held off Drive.
And storming down the middle of the track here was Student Union to take the opener for Delaware Park leading jockey Carol Cedeno. Carol had 3 on Thursday, and she starts today off with another one. This one was for trainer Mike Catalano for the Blackstone Street Racing LLC. 7:20, 280, 220. Posse Dreamin' was second with Mangali. 210, 210. And Cuban Cowboy with Betancourt, 280 to show. The first race exacta paid $10.80 to try, $38.80, and the superfecta with the 3, $49.80. Let's move to the second, and this one was going to be on the turf. We lost 3 turf races today. But it'll be run on the main track at 1 mile. 1 mile the distance, and here are the scratches: the plain 1, the 5, the 6, the 7, the 9, and the 11. So once around the oval, Mo Madness is the favorite, the 1A. Here's John.
And they're off. A Star at Last breaks well, goes right for that lead. Onshore Leave is there with Telling Me Softly up on the outside, Lucky to Run. We've got all 6 across the track. Getting the worst of it will be Mo Madness on the far outside. As they race into that first turn, nobody really wanted to take back. And A Star at Last leads it by a length. Telling Me Softly racing in second up there. 4 wide is Mo Madness. Will have the worst of it, at least for the first quarter mile. Now tugging at the bit and going after the leaders is Mo Madness in third. Then toward the inside, Onshore Leave, followed by Beacon of Light, and Lucky to Run has the rail. Opening quarter went in 25-2 as they raced down the backstretch. Telling Me Softly engaging A Star at Last for that lead. They're head-to-head. And we have another pair up on the outside, Mo Madness, to the inside, Onshore Leave, and the back pair is Lucky to Run and Beacon of Light. They're paired off as they race past the half in 49-4 and move into the turn. A Star at Last, Telling Me Softly. A Star at Last now edging away by almost a length over Telling Me Softly. 2 lengths further back to Onshore Leave. Mo Madness on the outside. Then a gap of 2 to Beacon of Light trying to mount a rally. And Lucky to Run about 6 lengths top to bottom with 3/8 to go. A Star at Last has been fending them off. Leads it by a length over Telling Me Softly. Mo Madness has had a wide journey the entire race. Down toward the inside trying to slip on through. That's Lucky to Run up on the outside. Beacon of Light as they turn for home. A Star at Last. Mo Madness still has a shot. On the outside cutting that margin. Then a gap of 4 lengths further back to Telling Me Softly. 2-horse races, Star at Last and Mo Madness. Mo Madness running a huge race. On the outside, Mo Madness, A Star at Last, and Mo Madness, despite the wide journey, wins it by 3 parts. A Star at Last second, tight for third with Telling Me Softly.
Mo Madness does it. The 1A, the favorite, for Ashley Castrenzi. Cash with Ash. So that means the first 2 races were both won by female jockeys whose last name starts with C. And her mom, Jackie Axel, the trainer. Jackie Axel and KMA Racing Stables, the owner. $4.20, $3, $2.20. A Star at Last was second with Ortega, $11.40 and $6. Telling Me Softly was third with Deidre Panis, $4.20. So that second race exacta was $52. The try $3.17, the double $22.80, and the super $409.40. And on we go to the third. Third race begins the pick 5 at Delaware Park. And there was just 1 defection, the 3. Even money favorite here was Coveralls. Here's the third.
They settle down. And they're off. Pretty good start for them all. Sweet Tandy is away well. Miss Kay O'Shea is right there. In between horses, that's Coveralls as they make their way down the back stretch. A gap of 2.5 to Golda, followed by Selling Stones, and River Miss is your trailer with a half mile to go. Miss Kay O'Shea sticks in neck in front. Sweet Tandy has the inside track. Coveralls is right there in third. It's still about 2 lengths to Golda, who's moving forwardly in fourth. Then a gap of 5 more to Selling Stones, and River Miss about 9 or 10 lengths off that lead as they race into the turn. Miss Kay O'Shea clear now by almost 2 lengths. Coveralls takes up the chase in second as Sweet Tandy drops back with the rail. Golden next in line, then 4 lengths further back. River Miss rallies from the back, and Selling Stones is the trailer as they turn for home. Miss Kay O'Shea and Coveralls. Miss Kay O'Shea leads it by a half. Coveralls right there second. Sweet Tandy still with a shot, looking to slip on through the inside track, and River Miss is flying toward the center of the track, along with Golda. 5 across the track. Underneath to go. River Miss has the momentum, and River Miss is rolling by them all. River Miss drawing away. It's going to be Coveralls hanging on to second, followed by Golda, and Miss Kay O'Shea, I think, gets fourth over Lake.
And the third race goes to the 5, River Miss with Dean Pinnell. for John McCaslin. He's also the owner. $12, $420, $240 across the board. Coveralls, the favorite with Rodriguez, $260, $220. Gold was third with Suarez, $3. The exact in the third, $28.60. The try, $103.80. The double, $38.40. The pick three, $51.40. And the super with the four, $134.50. So 3 races in the books on Saturday's card, and we still have 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 to go. If you're just tuning in, we had no rain, of course, on Saturday, but we did have it early in the morning, 2 in the morning, so the races were run on the main track, which was fast, and this 4th race was going to be on the turf, and the one horse was going to be Bungee's pick, but this horse, he would never pick on the main track, but maybe it'll win anyway, but it didn't count as a Bungee horse. Scratch the 3, the 5, the 9, the 11, the 12, and the 13. The fans settled on around the country on the 10, Battle Ready. So let's see if they're right or the one you pick might be right. Here's John.
All set. And they're off. High Frequency vies for that lead. Up on the outside, Battle Ready looking for a spot, but down toward the inside we have Fire Moon, Do With Pride, and Kulisaja King along the rail. As they race into that first turn, we have about 4 across the track. On the front end is High Frequency. Fire Moon moves up on the outside clearly in the second. 3 wide around the bend. That'll be Battle Ready. Toward the inside, Do With Pride. Kulisaja King saved all the ground along the rail in 5th. Then a gap of 4 lengths to Devastating Move. Another 2.5 to Fevered Affair. And 'Tis Always His Way is at the back. Opening quarter goes in 24-1 as they straighten away. High Frequency leads it by a length and a half. Fire Moon, and up on the outside, Battle Ready. Do With Pride in between horses. Kulisaja King continues to ride the rail. Only about 2.5 lengths separates the first 5. Then a gap of 4 lengths, a Devastating Move, followed by 'Tis Always His Way. And up on the outside, Fevered Affair. About 9 lengths from top to bottom. Half in 48 flat as they race into the turn. High Frequency. Battle Ready is right there, set the challenge as they race into the turn. It's about 2.5 lengths to Fire Moon. Devastating Move is making a nice move in 4th and going after the leaders, followed by Kulisaja King, who's dropped back. Around the bend, Battle Ready takes over. Leads it by 3/4 of a length over High Frequency. Devastating Move, the major threat right now with Fire Moon toward the inside of that one. They've got a quarter to go, and Battle Ready still on the front end. Leads it by 2, 2.5 as they turn for home. The 6 win in a 13 flat. It's Battle Ready by 2.5. Devastating Move, the only real challenge right now in second. They're battling for the balance. It's still Battle Ready. Devastating Move still with a shot, but Battle Ready is digging in for Navin Mangali, and Battle Ready will prevail. Wins it by about 4. Devastating Move getting second, followed by Fevered Affair up for third. 'Tis Always His Way, I think, held on to 4th.
And the winner was the 10, the favorite, Battle Ready, with Navin Mangali. Navin had 2 winners on Thursday and adds another one here today for leading trainer Jamie Ness. Jamie won a race down at Laurel yesterday. In fact, he ran 1-2 in a race. And Jagger Incorporated, the owner, 440, 320, 260. Devastating Move with Koa, $10, 460. Fevered Affair with Suarez, 420. Exacta 43.40. The try 221 even. The double 34.60. The pick 3 $32. The pick 4 126.90. And your super with the 7 running 4th, $509 even. 5th race up next. Scratch the plain 1 and also scratch the 7. The favorite was Brian Bakes Cookies. The long shot was Klaatu. Here's John with the action. 1 mile.
In there, off. Klaatu breaks well toward the inside, but quickly Run for James. 6 ahead in front. Klaatu toward the inside. Up on the outside, King Koa. Brian Bakes Cookie settles nicely toward the inside in 4th as they move around the bend. Followed by Irish Major, and the trailer is Monkey's Medal as they make their way around that first turn. On the front end, Run for James leads it. Looks like he's well in hand. Leads it by 2.5 lengths over Klaatu. Racing in second. King Koa up on the outside. Brian Bakes Cookies toward the inside of that one. Then Irish Major and Monkey's Medal moves up with the rail. Found the inside from the outside post as they make their way down the backstretch. Opening quarter in 24 and 2. They've got 5 furlongs to navigate. And on the front end, Run for James still going easily, it appears, by 2. On the inside, Klaatu right alongside. That's King Koa. They both edge a bit closer. Brian Bakes Cookies going along in 4th, followed by Monkey's Medal toward the inside. Irish Major up on the outside. Only about 4.5 lengths separates the field. Half win in 48 and 1. Half mile to go, and Run for James showing the way by 2 over King Koa and Klaatu. 2 lengths to Brian Bakes Cookies has to get underway. On the outside, Irish Major putting in a bit of a rally, and Monkey's Medal toward the inside. Only about 4 lengths still, top to bottom, but they're still chasing Run for James, who cuts the 6 in 12 and 3 as they turn for home. Run for James in command. There are 5 across the track behind, but Run for James leads it by 4. Klaatu, King Koa, Monkey's Medal trying to slip through on the inside, a narrow opening. On the outside, Irish Major and Brian Bakes Cookies. 5 across the track, but nobody near the winner. Run for James will win it by about 4 or 5. Monkey's Medal clearly second best, followed by Brian Bakes Cookies and Klaatu.
And it was Run for James. I'm sure everyone named James had this one. Louis Fuentes for Miguel Penizola. This horse also was a technicality horse. Got in on a technicality on the conditions. They seem to do very well. And once again, they score for Long Ball Stable, LLC. 680, 440, 320. Monkey's Medal with Marin, 620, 340. Brian Bakes Cookies for Cedeno. And Linda Rice, first starter she's had here at the meet, 280 to show. The exact to 37.60. The try 98 bucks.
95.
Excuse me?
95.
The try $95. The double, I'm sorry, I'm doing the best I can here. The double $34. The pick 3 $72.80. And the super $229.50.
Claims.
Yes, claim person. The 3 Brian Bakes Cookies went to Fennica Bentley, and the winner, Run for James, went to Jamie Ness. And there is the information on race 5. Now, race 6, which happens to be the last thoroughbred race of the day, because the 7th and the 8th are for Arabians. And this one also was originally scheduled for the turf. Will be run on the main track at a mile. Scratch the 2, the 7, and the 10. And let's see, looking at the closing odds, Pretty River at 8 to 5 got the most money bet. Wedding Salsa got the least amount of money bet at 70 to 1. But I also take note Travis Wales on the 1 and Angel Serpa on the 4. They've ridden here in the years past, but this is both of them making their Delaware Park 2018 debuts today. So welcome back to those guys, and here's race 6.
And they're off. Fiery Flower breaks well. Viola's Legacy toward the outside. Jumping Jack splitting them as they race into that first turn, and down on the inside, that's Wedding Salsa. We have 4 across the track into the clubhouse turn. Wedding Salsa saves all the ground, leads it by a head. Right there, Fiery Flower. Then a gap of 2 lengths to Jumpin' Jet in third, followed by, down toward the inside, that's Pretty River saving ground in fourth as they move around the bend. Viola's Legacy is fifth, and a length and a half further back to Dance Valentina. Your trailers are Personal Server and Pride Leader. Fiery Flower now to the front, opening quarter in 25 and 3. Fiery Flower leads it by a neck. Jumpin' Jet into second, followed by Viola's Legacy up on the far outside as Wedding Salsa has the rail. Pretty River right there between him. Only about 2.5 lengths separates the first 5. Then comes Dance Valentina, Pride Leader, and Personal Server has dropped back to last. Half in 50 and 1 as they make their way into the turn. On the front end, Jumpin' Jet now by 3 parts over Fiery Flower. Viola's Legacy up on the outside into third, followed by Wedding Salsa and Pretty River. Up on the outside, Dance Valentina, Pride Leader, and now Personal Server begins a bit of a move from the back. 3/8 to go. On the front end, it's Jumpin' Jet. On the inside, Fiery Flower battles back. 2 lengths to Viola's Legacy, who's flattened out just a bit. On the inside, Wedding Salsa cuts that corner as they head for home. And on the front end, Jumpin' Jet now clear by 2. Fiery Flower angles to the outside. Viola's Legacy is trying to kick it in gear again. Late run from Pride Leader on the outside. A 16th to go, and Jumpin' Jet and Angel Suarez will win this one. Fiery Flowers hanging on to second, going to be tight for third. Pride Leader comes rallying on the inside, getting up for third with Viola's Legacy fourth.
And Jumpin' Jet jumps to the winner's circle there for What an Angel. Angel Suarez for Scott Peck. Gets off the schneid. Way to go, Scott. $640, $4, $260. Scott also the owner of that one. Fiery Flower with Cedeno. $640, $340. Pride Leader with Rivera. $260. The Exacta 49. The Try 185.20. The double 27.60, pick 3 56.60, super 269.90, and that takes care of the thoroughbred races. Now we go to an Arabian race, race 7, and we had an entry in here. The favorite though was Prince William at 3 to 5.
One moves in, we're about set. And they're off. Virgil's Voice got away, stepped slowly to appear, but Big Infection toward the inside, fires right to the front. Rio Bravo into second, followed by Prince William and RB Super Duty. Lapco's Let's Dance toward the inside in fifth. Then about 3 lengths further back to the entry. Up on the outside, Hanseline toward the inside, Virgil's Voice, and splitting them now is Big Buck. They approach the half-mile marker, and on the front end, it's still Big Infection, showing the way as they make their way into the turn. Leads it by 2 lengths. Lapco's Let's Dance has moved toward the inside. Prince William moves up on the outside. Rio Bravo is right there on the far outside. RB Super Duty. They're well bunched, except for the far back trailers. Big Buck and the entry of Hanseline and Virgil's Voice. Round the turn, Big Infection on the inside. Prince William is there. Up on the outside, it's RB Super Duty. Now it's 3 lengths further back to Lapco's Let's Dance and Rio Bravo getting out around the bend. There was RB Super Duty losing a lot of ground, but still has a shot as they head for home. Prince William between horses. RB Super Duty still making right-handed turns, but still has a shot at the board. They've got a furlong to go. Prince William by 2 lengths between horses. Lapco's Let's Dance rallies. RB Super Duty's been all over the track, but it's going to be Prince William holding on here. Lapco's Let's Dance ran second, followed by RB Super Duty and Rio Bravo.
Prince William does it. The favorite for CC Carol Cedeno, Ernesto Torres, and Betty and Joseph Gillis. 340, 240, 210. Lapco's Let's Dance with Ryan Powell, 13 even, 780. Super Duty with Koa, 220. Exacta 48.60. Try 90.40. Double 1380. Pick 3 32.60. Pick 5 404.90, and the Super 174.70. And that brings us to the big one of the day, the Delaware Park Arabian Classic, Grade 1. At 1.25 miles, the best Arabians in the world running in this one. And the favorite was Patty's Day, who's been a horse of the year 3 times. Let's see what happens in the Classic.
And Patty's Day moving in. We're about set for a start. And they're off in the Delaware Park Arabian Handicap. And for the lead toward the inside, This Is Awesome will pass the chute 3 lengths in front. Quickly, This Is Awesome takes command in the early going. Up on the outside, it's Mystical. RB Hocus Pocus is there between horses with the rail. That's Quicksand under a nice hold. Up on the outside, looking to move up, that's Magic Man. On the far outside, Patty's Day, maybe wide into that first spin, but as they pass the finish line the first time, it's all This Is Awesome. We'll try and steal this one under Kirsten Swan. Opening quarter goes in 25-3 as they race into the turn. This Is Awesome opens up about a 7-length lead. The rest of the pack is tightly grouped. Up on the outside, it is Mystical. To the inside, Quicksand. On the far outside, that's Magic Man. RB Hocus Pocus is right there. Quick and Rich toward the inside as they move around the turn. And your trailers are Easter Man and Patty's Day. They're running side by side at the back. Almost 13 or 14 lengths off the lead. The lead is set by This Is Awesome. Goes the half in 52-1. Sprint like fractions for This Is Awesome. Leads it now by a good margin of about 7 lengths. Quicksand edging a bit closer, as is Mystical. Then 2 lengths further back to moving up on the inside, Quick and Rich. RB Hocus Pocus up on the outside, that's Magic Man. Zell's Bells begins to drop back, and the trailers Easter Man and Patty's Day still lagging at the back of the pack. The 6 in 119-4, and This Is Awesome has run his 6 furlongs. How much more does he have left? Leads it by 4. Quicksand is in a perfect spot in second as they race into the bend, followed by Quick and Rich. Easter Man begins to move nicely toward the inside. Up on the outside, it is Mystical. Patty's Day still with no run as one horse beaten. Patty's Day doesn't seem to have it today as they turn for home. Here comes Quicksand to take on This Is Awesome. Quick and Rich also with a shot. Easterman rallies in fourth. 4 with a shot with a furlong to go. And Quicksand takes over, leads it by half a length. This Is Awesome still gamely battling back. Quick and Rich is making a big run of it. And Easterman flattens out. It's Quicksand and Quick and Rich. Quicksand on the inside, Quick and Rich on the outside, bidding for the upset. It's a head-to-head nose, Bob. I think.
Wow, after a mile and a quarter, the Classic comes down to a head, Bob. And the winner of the prep race for this, Quicksand, does it again. Goa with Koa. Kaibar Koa for Ernesto Torres, who swept the Arabian races today, as did the owners, Betty and Joseph Gillis. 9 even, 4 even, 4 even. Quick and Rich almost pulled off the upset with Garcia for Lynn Ashby, who won a thoroughbred race today down at Laurel. 15 even, 11 even. And This Is Awesome for Ashby and Swan, 1080. The Quick Exacta, 107.20. The Try, 837.80. The Double, 1020. Pick 3, $35. Pick 4, 160.80. Super, 1,334.70. And that does it for our Saturday card. Only 8 races, 6 thoroughbreds, but we still did 818,476. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and good night.